Let's talk about Memphis. This is a city in the US, and these days one of its busiest places is not a cafe or a monument. It is an impound lot where tow truck drivers wait for hours on end as they make one drop-off after another. And victims too have to wait, but for days or even weeks, to get their stolen cars back. In this impound lot, thousands of cars have been squeezed in a tight space and most of them are stolen. All thanks to the grand auto theft. No, not the video game. A real-life auto theft, which ironically has been inspired by something virtual. TikTok videos. Yes, TikTok, the social media app, has given birth to an explosion of auto thefts. And they are taking over US cities like New York, Baltimore, Cleveland, Milwaukee, San Diego and Seattle. And the target of these thefts are mainly two manufacturers, two South Korean automakers who have proven to be especially vulnerable to this theft. And I'm talking about Kia and Hyundai. Let's look at some numbers. About 11,000 cars were stolen in Memphis last year. That's twice as many as in 2021. And roughly a third of them were late model Kias and Hyundais. New York reported 977 thefts in the first 4 months this year. That's up from 148 in the same period in 2022. And the number of stolen Hyundais and Kias have doubled since last year. Hyundai and Kia thefts increased by 767% in Chicago last year, and 61% of vehicles stolen in St. Louis in the last year are Kias and Hyundais. You got the drift, and so do these cities. So now they have sued these two car makers. They've had enough, and they're taking the car makers to court over negligence and selling vehicles that are too easy to steal. These cities have faulted the automakers' failure. What are we talking about? Between 2011 and 2022, Kia and Hyundai have promised to do something they did not. They were supposed to install anti-theft devices called immobilizers in their cars. As many as 8.3 million US vehicles need these immobilizers. But they weren't updated, and the result? Auto theft within seconds. Crime sprees, public harm, even reckless driving. People don't need any sophisticated tech to steal cars. All that's required is a TikTok app and a quick search on how to steal a car. In a matter of seconds, tens of thousands of videos line up. They even have their own hashtag, and they provide tips on vehicle theft. They tell you it doesn't take much. All you need is a screwdriver, a USB cord, and a hot wiring know-how. Simple, right? Apparently so. And let me be clear, in no way am I encouraging you to steal a car or sharing hot tips with you. I'm telling you just what the world has come to and how appalling this is. Because do you know who these videos target? Who end up as culprits of auto theft? Teenagers or young adults. Taking the example of Memphis again. More than half of the 175 people arrested this year were teenagers. And this is just one example of many. But why are teens stealing these cars? Experts say mainly for kicks and viral views, but also for other crimes like robberies and car crashes. So the damage is not just cars. Several teens have died or been seriously hurt because of this, let alone the harm this brings to the victims, yet brimming with auto theft knowledge coupled with newfound TikTok-inspired confidence, these teens are going after Kia and Hyundai cars, which have become quite the sweet spot due to their failures, but also because of their popularity. The two Korean car brands accounted for about a tenth of US auto sales last year. Except now, they seem to be even more popular for wrong reasons. And now they are clearly under fire. But this isn't new. Last month, the automakers reached a $200 million settlement in a consumer class action. That covered about 9 million vehicle owners in the US. But even so, the biggest battle these car makers face is not against these lawsuits, but a simple TikTok trend that has gone viral and found a fan in the teenage American spirit. And now it is ripping them off one viral video at a time. The question is, when will this real-life game of grand theft auto end?